Hello, hello, everyone. I'm going to test my audio here. Audio here. Welcome in. Welcome. Hello, hello, everyone. Okay. Audio's good on my end. Guys, there's so much to talk about. I'm going to wait for some of you guys to get the notification. It's going to be very interesting. This is about to be, y'all, this is getting cuckoo for mofo Cocoa Puffs, okay? Welcome in, everyone. My sister, Buffalo Wild Wings, Linda. Welcome in, everyone. I'm going to set some ground rules. We're going to get into Three Eye Atlas. What is really going on? I got some prophetic messages last night, and it's leading to the Charlie Kirk situation. Y'all, this is much bigger than we thought. The psychic investigation continues. Welcome in, Sister Sonia. Guys, here's the thing. I need you all to please, when you come in, subscribe to this channel. I put my heart, my soul, my passion, my energy, everything here. I bring it here for you guys. More than half of you guys who watch this channel on a regular basis are not subscribed. So please help your girl out. Subscribe to the channel and put a like on the video when you come in, because I'm going to tell you guys, I'm a supernatural quantum healer. And so, how I receive my messages is quite different. I receive telepathic impressions in my body, and it allows me to understand what energy we're going to be working with, or where this is affecting either the person that I'm channeling or even us as humanity. Because a lot of these things that have happened, these false flags, so to speak, it is a code about what they are trying to do to on a grander scale to humanity. So please, guys, subscribe to the channel. Y'all, we got a lot to talk about. I don't plan anything, guys. I'm a conscious channeler. What that means is I don't have to go into trance or altered state. I can channel right here from my conscious mind. So, what I'm going to do is we're going to need to talk about the messages, the prophetic messages I received last night about Three Eye Atlas. So I recorded some of these things. I'm going to play that. And then I also have some very interesting things that I found online that we need to talk about. But guys, remember in the first video, the very first video I did about Charlie, I said, oh my God, I hope they're not eating him. Remember? And I thought when that came out, I thought I was crazy. I really did. And I hope that I still am. But see, y'all, just stick with me. Okay, here's the thing. I don't research anything. I don't even know what an AI, see, I don't even know what a three eye atlas is. All I know is that people have been talking about it, but I've never felt an energetic pull to actually go and explore it for myself until it enters the chat. So I follow something called a cosmic time clock. And what that means is I allow for the energy to shift my way, and then that is when I receive the messages. I don't typically go and searching for things in the spirit. I just allow the energy to present itself to me. Okay. All right, guys, here we go. Here we go. You know, this thing is called Three Eye Atlas, but listen, I'm going to play this for you. Listen at this. AI Atlas, the Grand Wizard Mothership. AI Atlas is a false light, and it is part of the holy war that we have been having for the last at least 4 or 5 years. I saw an image of the sky almost like I was seeing the moon, like light up, like it was being blown up or shot at. And then I saw like a witch, and her hand looked down at the fingers, and the hands were like fingers are all decrepit and all in different directions. This is the energy of AI Atlas, and it's coming to siphon for the grand harvest, to feast, to eat, and to destroy. And I just have to see if this is combined with the Charlie Kirk situation or. Okay, guys, did you hear that? Please let me know if you could hear that. Yes. Here's the thing, guys. Last night I woke up 4 times out of my sleep. This is where I get a lot of messages. Do you know this thing is called Three Eye Atlas? But why? Why did it say it was AI Atlas? These are not just slips, guys. This is spirit talking to me. The Three Eye Atlas is a AI Atlas. And we're going to get into how this pertains to humanity's ascension. We got a lot to talk about. Y'all remember when in Candace Owens' last automatic writing, I said that the Tower of Babel was popping up. This right here. It's also dualistic for 9/11 energy, in which Charlie kind of was taken out, so to speak, during the 9/11 energetic portal. But it also represents when humanity gets too high in consciousness, they have to find a way to tear us down. So they scattered the languages back then. So now what will they do? Because humanity was ascending too much. We were all waking up. So I want you guys to understand that Spirit said, this ain't Three Eye Atlas. This is AI Atlas. And Spirit calls it the Grand Wizard Mothership. So what is Three Eye AI Atlas? It is the Grand Wizard Mothership. We can think of a mothership as our home residence, right? Ooh, I'm channeling. We can think of a mothership as their home residence, because what you guys don't really understand, I channeled it in this book. Guys, go ahead and pick up this book, Great Expansion, a Cosmic Bible for the Ages, Book 1, The Equal Divide. There'll be some links down below. I channeled this book with Source. So what happened was, on 5 nights, 5 different cosmic beings or aspects of Source took turns delivering a dire message to humanity. And when you read it, it is literally describing every single thing that's happening on our planet. It even talks about how the ancestors come back in their chariot to kind of not rule the skies, but they're coming back because of the things that will get exposed. And they say, we won't be able to handle it. So literally, they're going to hover in the sky so that their energy will support our energy, because people will literally want to self-believe, will want to break down when they find out the truth. And I think we're all ready there. Religion, the Muslim, Christian, Catholic, and Hebrew. It's all the same. All of these secrets, we've already remote viewed this, is underneath the Vatican. And what ties it together is an entity that lowers our frequency, because we really hold the God gene. And we're going to get into what is Three Eye Atlas, Third Eye Activate. But it has a dualistic thing happening. This thing is multidimensional. And we got to watch this video. Please subscribe to the channel and like the video, because I'm afraid that what I channeled in Charlie's first reading, it was like first or second reading, I was getting the vibe that someone wanted to devour him, like his brain area, like it was a delicacy. I'm going to tell you how the Charlie in this case, now we are the collective Charlie. Charlie was a code word. Charlie coming from Charles, Charles meaning free man. This was saying this is who we technically are. They do this. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? I'm going to check it. Can you hear me? Okay, we're back. We're back. No? Perfectly? Okay. Can you hear me? Good now. Okay. You guys, anytime that happens, let me know. I'm still cutting in and out. They don't want me to say it, guys. Okay, Warrior of Light, am I still cutting in and out? Yes, now I'm cutting in and out. Oh, they trying to mess the video up. Still, I'm cutting in and out. Not now? Okay. Put a one in the I don't know what you guys are saying. Are you saying yes, I'm cutting in and out, or no? Put a one in the chat if the sound is good. They want to get me off of the message, but we will not get off of the message. What I'm telling you guys about 3i Atlas is that part of the 3i Atlas is you. And the other aspect of it is an AI Grand Wizard mothership, probably part of Blue Beam, this and that, or CERN, that they will theoretically impute, I'm hearing, into our atmospheres where it's detectable, but it won't be real. It will be, in fact, AI. But now we have to ask the question, even if AI isn't real, does it still have real world effect? This is the question. And I think that it does. Something that we never could have fathomed is happening with AI. How could something not be real, but on the other end have very real life effects? Stay with me. It's a grand wizard and it's AI. And you want to know what else I channeled? It's making us sick. There's something that this AI grand wizard mothership is literally emitting from the sky. It's making us sick. It's literally causing people radiation and some sort of weird, it feels like COVID, but it's like a whole body virus. Allegedly, girl, this is just now what Spirit is saying, affecting the head. What did I say? Ear, nose, and throat. See no evil, speak no evil, hear no evil. Yes, AI does have a consciousness because the consciousness has been stolen from people. I talked about this several months ago. It's a stolen consciousness. Just like what I said they wanted to do to Charlie was to steal his consciousness. They were intrigued with the mind, his mind. They were intrigued. And the reason why they were intrigued is because it was in Charlie Kirk's soul contract to do something that would elevate the mental plane. Charlie Kirk was to actually invent things to help the mind scape, the mind remember, the mind expand. That is what he was going to be brilliant at that. This stuff we saw him doing, that wasn't even what he was supposed to do at all. And I think that whoever that man that invested in him when he was like a teenager, you don't think these wizards know who you are? They already look into your soul contract. They already see your star, your destiny star. It was probably just to get him off of what he was truly supposed to do. So, anywho, let me not get off track. So, that's the first thing you have to know. It's AI. Here's the second message.
Yeah, I saw like a phone, and then I saw like something say, "This is not the end," or I don't know, I forgot what it said, but essentially it was leading me to like your phone being like the door, you know, and it was talking about I think that the Atlas was the one who primed the energy field for for Charlie, and that this witch is the same witch that Isha saw in her dream. It's like collective witchcraft. And I think they've just been priming the energy field for supper, for them to come and feast and harvest. I think the harvest now comes down to earth where they try to eat the flesh.
Hmm.
Maybe Lucia's not enough anymore. I'm not sure.
Okay, guys, do you hear what I said? So this was the second time I woke up out of my sleep. And what I saw was they like spirit showed me a phone. And on top of the phone, I can't remember the words that it said, but the phone became like multi-dimensional. So it was one phone, but the phone was a door meaning an access, a door meaning a entrance point, entrance and exit point. And it was duplicated like 9 times, right? And remember when I said that there was some sort of witchcraft? I know that someone said like the Epsy witches were doing witchcraft on Charlie, right? Now that part I don't really know about, but Megan Kelly did say that. But what I saw, actually, my sister had this dream for me, and what she saw was, oh my God, here it is. Oh my God. Oh, oh my God. Listen at this, guys. Remember the day I was telling you guys that I went to bed expecting a prophetic dream, but I slept like a baby that night? But instead, my sister had a dream. And when I met her the next morning, she told me about her dream. Her dream was I was me, it was me and her together, and I was like, of course, it was like we were in the spirit realm, and I was like chasing someone because you guys know I remove entities for a living. So, by the way, if you want to book a session with me, there'll be some links down below. I do have that spiritual diagnosis session discounted for you guys because I know I got a lot of new people to the channel. So here's the thing, guys. Here is the absolute thing. My sister had the dream. I was chasing someone down in the spirit, and I went through a door. And so my sister, when my sister opened the door, it was like I went through a closet door. And she opened the door. She said she was stopped by a lady, and the lady had a painted white face, like white, like this thing, like Halloween white. My sister recognized that this woman was a witch, and she was asking, where's my sister, where's my sister? I had already like surpassed her, and like whatever I was chasing down, I was just like, I reeled over her, and I just was gone doing what I was doing. But my sister spent time with this thing. And so in my first message, I said that this was a grand wizard, like witchcraft mothership. And so the lady in the closet, in the door, when my sister opened the door, the phone, she was a witch. And then all of a sudden, she took a man, and her, like, I think her pinky finger grew, or one of her fingernails grew, and she stuck the man in the back of the neck. Remember my first initial automatic drawing of Charlie? I got something in the back of the neck, never the front. Not saying it could have not been the front, but where the energy led me to was to the back of the neck. And this is exactly what my sister saw. So that's the head, little swirly energy. That's a number 6 in there. That's Trump's energy, as it outlined in the other reading the other day. He's in a fetal position. The little X right here is his bum, feet being in bondage down. Charlie's representing the collective. Remember, this was what they want to do to all of us. And the neck represents disconnecting your true third eye from the Atlas. Because did you guys know? Hold on one second. I'm going to see if I can find it. Did you guys know that we have a C1 vertebrae. I'm going to try to pull that up. We have a C1 vertebrae. And I'm going to tell you how the Charlie situation was a bigger symbolism than we actually may think. Because as above, so below, as within, so without. So if we see a physical representation of our neck being severed, the connection to our mental plane, the connection to our heaven, the connection to the seat of consciousness here, the third eye, the connection to our Christos consciousness. If we see that being severed, with Charlie representing the mental plane, if we see that being severed here in person, then the law says as outside, so it is inside. So let's take a look at the other law of polarity that says as inside. So here's the thing. Here's the symbolism here, guys. We have the skull here, and we have 33 vertebrae in our spine. That's why, the Masons is all about the 33 degrees, because what they're trying to alert you to, and the Bible, when Jesus died at 33, what they are truly saying, because if there is a physical plane, if there is physical biblical characters, then there also must be the internal characters as well. And the internal characters are located inside of your body. So Jesus died at 33. What it's talking about, starting at the base of the spine, there is the Kundalini energy. This is that serpent energy. Remember, the serpent was trying to, they said, was trying to get Adam and Eve to basically defy God. And the serpent was all about, hey, no, come and get this knowledge. Here's the thing. When that energy comes up, the 33 vertebrae, and then it literally goes to the pineal gland, and it secretes a oil. And this is why when you go to church, they put the holy oil on your head, because that is the movement that the Christ made. The Christ is an energy of ignorance, starting from not knowing, starting from the unseen, starting from, the no consciousness. Starting from no consciousness, lack of consciousness, to now energy coming up, coiling up, masculine, feminine energy coming up the 33 vertebrae, and then activating the pineal gland, which is your cognitive seat of intuition. The 3 eye is talking also about the third eye. The C1 here, vertebrae, is literally your neck. Where did I say Charlie drew my attention to the back of the neck? In the C1 vertebrae, vertical spine. The atlas is located in the back of the neck. So the 3-eye atlas is trying to tell us, when I say that this thing that is also AI, but somehow AI is coming in real form. What is it coming for? The harvest. The holy harvest. Loosh is not enough for them. I saw this 3-eye atlas or AI atlas wanting to actually consume flesh. And it lines up with the same exact thing that I got very early on. Very, very early on when I was channeling Charlie. Something said, I remember there was an inkling. There was a feeling that I got, and I said, oh Lord, let them not eat this man. I said it. And I even thought I was crazy. I really think I was crazy. But you know what I mean. Guys, like the video and subscribe, please. So here's the very first kind of automatic writing that I did. Now this makes a lot more sense when we bring AI Atlas into place. But before I go here, I want to explain to you, we were getting too close to our ascension, too close to the energy raising up the 33-degree vertebrae, and now going to the seat of cognition, which is that oil that naturally secretes, which is literally now your superpowers turn on. Your telepathy, your God power, God is inside of you. It is an energetic currency that literally you were made out of. You were literally created out of God energy. You could never be without it because it is you. But it ain't them. And they knew that it was never them. So what did they do? They soul tethered us down to an entity funneled through all these religions. Now, if you are in religion, does it automatically mean you naturally get the entity? Not necessarily. But guys, when you pledge allegiance to all of these things, you are literally pledging allegiance to all of it, the good, the bad, the unknown, and everything. You are literally soul tethered to it, and it is soul tethered to you. And you have no control over what the people at the top are doing in these religions, which we know is not of God, it's not of Christ. Even Yeshua, Jesus, would go into churches and turn tables over and rebuke them. We need, and by the way, that's our only savior, is when we get Christ-like. And the Christos Christ energy starts within the heart. Remember, the cross is pointing you to the heart. When you look at the cross, that point where it meets would be the heart space. We have heart technology that is going to save us, because I was also channeling the word Christina. And Christina means, I think it means daughter of Christ, or, Christ-like, something to that nature. But the Christ is an internal lamp that you turn on inside of you. And this is found in the heart. So it means you can't be binded down and lowered in the lower chakras and bind it down like they wanted to do to Charlie. Charlie's representing us. They want to bind us down. We were elevating. We were vibrating too high. They said, oh no, our food source is getting away. We have to bring a great distraction. We have to find someone that will help us bring humanity back down into our hands, back into the chains, back into captivity for the grand harvest. Don't get away now. The year of the 9, we've been seasoning up this meat, this human meat, for all of this time, and now we finally get to eat. But oh no, our dinner's getting away because they are evolving. They have reached nirvana. Their energy has risen up from our captivity we put them in. And now their heads are being anointed. Third eye, 3-eye activated. And the atlas is the neck. So we were able to see what they were doing over here and over there and up here and down there. Allowing that atlas, the neck that was targeted. So the Charlie Kirk situation is even bigger than we thought. Now it went interstellar. Interdimensional, galactic, extraterrestrial. Look at where we've gone in this psychic investigation. And so we got away. Their dinner, their food source got away. So the grand harvest is not when they just take our louche, which they ate really well off of this. We all poured our energetic currency into it. And they were just feasting, getting fat off of our energy, getting fat. Here's a rebuke from source. Getting fat off of racism, getting fat off of prejudice, getting fat off of classism. Because remember, it's through the 7 deadly sins. This is how you get the entity. is when you literally align yourselves with all of these different political agendas and parties and right wing and left wing and black and white and my country's better than yours and all of this, and you take the heart technology, the Christ energy outside of it, you literally get binded down through those lower vibrations. And that's how they're able to eat a chicken leg over here, a little eyeball over there, half of the buttocks over here, and turkey thigh and human thigh and, and slave's foot and all of that stuff. I'm telling you. But it ain't enough anymore for Loosh, because little did we know the grand harvest was for them to actually come down and consume the flesh. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. And so it makes a lot more sense that when we see this first kind of automatic writing of Charlie, where there was something here taking a path, there's an energy showing up on my left. Anything from my left side is my sign for more dense energy. It's my sign for entity. And so I already knew there was some sort of energy or entity entering the chat, going down, anchoring us back down, and he's in bondage. So the martyr energy is kind of ringing true, but it's not a martyr for the alt-right. It's a martyr for what they've been doing to humanity. It's a martyr for us to see ourselves as a collective soul body humanity through Charlie Kirk. Because remember, at the end of the age, the year of the 9 and the end of the age portal is open. There's a karmic mirror. And so everyone we interface with, all of these situations show us something about ourselves. So Charlie Kirk's martyrdom was for the collective soul body to awaken to what is coming through the 3-eye AI atlas. The 3-eye atlas, here it goes. Here's the duality. The 3-eye atlas is you waking up and you coming into a higher state of consciousness, and you and your Kundalini energy rising, and you getting that anointing oil through the awakening of your third eye. That's what's going on. Intercellular, not interstellar. They gave us interstellar because they were trying to tell you what's going on with you intercellular, on an intercellular level, in between the cells. In between the cells, you are waking up in mass numbers. In between the cells are literally communicating with each other. The cells are activating each other, turning on your human technology, which I always say, you are human technology because you are the God particle. You are the God particle, therefore you are God. Therefore, you can never be without source. Never. It is an impossibility. You have to know that. Here's the thing. Guys, subscribe to the channel and like the video, guys. Here's the thing, guys. What did they want? Remember, I said Charlie was all about the mental plane. They were trying to show us, him sitting up there was trying to show us, I'm cutting off the neck. I'm cutting off the atlas, the ability to navigate the neck, the ability to navigate the third eye. I'm cutting the connection. I am cutting humanity's connection off. So it started in one of the smaller templates. Now Jacob and Esau, the biblical template we were in, seems so much smaller now, right? Now that we're in this galactic template. It started off with Esau representing the white race being more of the mental body, and Jacob representing the black race being more of the physical body. This is why a lot of people say that black people have, superior kind of genetics when it comes to like basketball and football and sports and stuff. It's because the Jacob bloodline represents the body, and the Esau, the white race, represents the mental plane. That came through very, very clearly in Charlie's reading. It was all about here. But I also found a an entity inside of his head, right? And which now, when we zone out, this entity is attached to all of the major religions. And when you, this thing called sin, seven deadly sins, sin, and being prejudiced and racism and all of that stuff is what literally makes you a vibrational match to the entity and not of the true source God. The true source God is internal. When you just have that real conversation, that heart to heart with yourself, with the God within, from a pure heart space. But when you use all that other stuff, that's how you get the entity. That's how you get it, guys. So here's the thing. They were showing us that our mental, they were cutting the connection through the atlas, back of the neck, through the C1 vertebrae. I'm cutting that connection. And what we're getting instead, as within, you got the C1 vertebrae. I'm not sure if it's a vertebrae, but it's in the neck, and you got the atlas in the neck. We're going to cut that. So this is the polarity. That's what's going on internally. But externally, instead of the third eye being able to be activated because we cut the connection to the mental body, because in truth, Jacob and Esau were coming back together. We were about to get a full body. We were about to bring the Esau and Jacob back into oneness and birth out one baby. This is the true consciousness too. It's when we come back together. That is how we take our power back. But they cut that connection through the symbolic thing event of Charlie, and instead they gave us AI Atlas. They gave us the AI version. So what we're going to get, just know, when you see anything happening in these skies, now there are some of our cosmic families just hanging out, supporting the energy, supporting us. But if you see anything and the government's interacting and they saying that, oh, we need to save the human race and we got to get involved in the one world government and won't, but all of that stuff, if you see that, that's all AI, because they cut off our connection, humanity's connection. So they thought. And we've been putting the pieces together on this channel, and you guys have been right here with me because you guys are also putting together the source codes. And this is beautiful, guys, because all we have to do is go back and reconnect our atlas. And that reset, the government shutdown, they're all trying to figure out a way. Remember, I told you they're doing the Mandela effect on us? So that half of us remember our connection to source and the other half doesn't remember. And so there's not enough of us for this remembrance to actually come back together in wholeness, and then they can stay in power over again. But we're not going to let that happen. We will remember this. And not only will we remember this, we will go ahead and heal. See, through healing Charlie is now healing ourselves, because it's symbolic for humanity, putting our atlas back. We will reach nirvana. We will reach the third eye activation. Third eye activate. This is your powers. Your powers are here. We should have already been flying, like I told you before. Had they never tinkered around, had Jacob and Esau never been split, had they never tinkered around with our genes, we would have been flying here on Earth already, because gravity is also a mofo lie. Spirit ain't never lied. We get the gravity is simply because it's the heaviness of the original cap. When they took the feminine energy captive, it turned into matter, and then they used something called gravity to bind it down. So when we evolve and when we gain our sovereignty back, then the gravity naturally goes away. And many of you have been feeling like you've been floating. I know that those gifts are coming online for me. I can literally lay down and I start to feel light. And I'm like, boy, I think that there's another gift about to come online. And I think that I'm just a representation of humanity as well. This is what we are supposed to be doing. So instead of third eye activate, they are giving us the AI. And what it is that which that I explained that literally now is The AI Atlas, which is a Grand Wizard mothership. It will be, in fact, AI. So if you see it on TV, it's an AI. It's not going to be real. But instead, what they will offload is something to eat us. And I'm getting the vibe that it's something that eats us from the inside out. Because this AI 3i Atlas is making people sick. What you feel going on in the air is not just the uptick in COVID. That's one thing. But it is also, too, I'm telling you, this AI Atlas is making us sick because they use the Charlie situation and all the news people are in on it. They use the Charlie situation to prime us, to put us back into captivity, back into our little boxes, right wing and left wing. And then now divide and conquer, to feast, to siphon. But the siphon now, they want the flesh. And I think there's something coming that will eat the flesh from the inside out. And I rebuke it. Bambrutushana. Hinnarambandirite. Himburuchukananirambandiritambundirita. Hamburuta shandiretandema. Himburantakano. That's coming through so clear. Some sort of something eating us from the inside out. See, a lot of people, when these parasites, and I remove entities, and sometimes I'll see these parasitic energies or entities inside of people. See, this is what they offload. These reptilians, they offload these parasites inside of people's body. It's not just physical. The physical representation of the parasites is because there is a spiritual order for literally, they've literally put a spiritual hit, and the parasite is just a physical representation of the spiritual hit that they took out. And so it appears that this Grand Wizard mothership will also be very parasitic. So if you see an uptick in vampiric energy here, vampire people eating flesh, just know that's the AI Grand Wizard mothership, the 3i Atlas, the fake version that instead of us having the ascension here, it's to stop it and to literally cut off the neck from our awakening and our power and our telepathy and our gifts and our abilities and our divine wisdom and our earth and our sovereignty. Sovereignty's all here. That's what it will be. That is what it will be. And there's probably so much more. Literally, I could say, but a grand wizard, y'all, that's it. We just think about it. We were getting so close to the goal, just like Charlie, right? That they had to send the grand wizard. You bad, humanity. We bad. They had to send their best. They had to go in and make AI to fool us. Thank you, source. Because you want to know what? There isn't anyone that can actually take us out, but they can trick you. They can trick us into believing it. They can't do it. They can't take us out because we possess the God energy inside. They don't. That's why they've been, vamping, energy vamping off of us this whole time because they never possessed it. But they can convince you that they're up here and that you're down here. And then they trick you to lower your frequencies. The same thing. This will be an AI event. Now, it appears that the AI will be physical as well. But when you see it, know it's AI and it's not real. And that if it's AI, you are the controller of it. Do not consent to anything that it says. And they're using frequency mind control on us through our devices. Frequency mind control to prime us. And so they're giving people intrusive thoughts right now. And so you got to get very, very keen on what is your mind, what is you, and what is someone else. and this is all I've tried to teach you guys, is understanding energy. You have, it's imperative. You won't make it unless you understand energy. Understand energy signatures, because there's going to be so many copycats, and you're going to be probably turning on the person right next to you because it's going to look real with AI. But remember, the energy signature will never lie. Every single soul has a unique energy signature that is only for them. I don't care how close that someone else has an energy signature of someone else. When you sit with the energy long enough, you can differentiate who from who, is all that I'm trying to say. So there it is. And we broke down the polarity of that. Interstellar object is what's happening to you on an intercellular level. So your cells are communicating and they are evolving. And they had to stop that. So they had to produce something. Well, all they do, you know what they do? They wait and they study us. So yeah, see, thank you. It's all coming through now. Some of the times when we go to the doctors and all of these things and all those stats, and this is why every time they want to, you feel something out, they always ask you these weird questions. Are you black or white or Caucasian or, Indian or Hispanic, non-black? What? Why do you need to know this? What does this have to do with anything? Because they're studying us. And when they have enough data, all they do is go into their little lab and to try to recreate us. And then they put out something that counteracts our own DNA. That's it. That's why I never answered those questions. It's like, mind your business. It's none of your business. They just want to study us to always run interference so that they're always ahead. And we keep giving them our data, giving them our DNA, giving them our life force. How you think they probably created some of this AI stuff? They got it from us, just handing over our DNA left and right, like it's no big deal. These are your sacred source codes. That's how they got it. And that's how they got their little AI wizard as well. Yep. They got it from us because we won't wake up in consciousness. We trust them. They are not to be trusted. They are not to be trusted. And then, I was looking up Atlas as well, and it also brought me to this Titan god in Greek mythology. And so it says that he was punished by Zeus to hold up the heavens for eternity. So the neck holding up the heavens, the head is your heavenly state because the seat of the Most High, right, is when this third eye here. And when you come up with your 33 vertebrae, moving through the neck, through the atlas, and then you take a seat here, this is when you get anointed. You're literally sitting on the right side of the Father, right there. And so the neck holds up the heavens for eternity. The atlas holds up the neck for eternity, but it's not the third eye atlas anymore. Their version is the AI. So they're going to give you a false version of your own genetic makeup. But it will be a grand wizard mothership here to feast and eat and siphon. Yep, that's that. Whew. All right. All right, guys. Come on, guys. We got to get the likes up. And the other thing is, I want to tell you guys, I'm going to go in and discount my spiritual diagnosis session. So I'm going to put that link underneath here. Guys, it is really life-changing. So we start off with like a reading, and then when I gather enough messages, I basically see what needs to be healed in your body, balancing out the chakras, removing any entities and all of that stuff, and literally bringing your fragments back together. So then we spend the other half of the session doing that. It's very life-changing. Guys, if you're interested in taking my class, Quantum Telepathic Healing and Psychic Development, if you want to learn how to do what I do, guys, you can learn this, and it's 6 weeks, and I taught classes before, and literally everyone was channeling and remote viewing and doing mediumship and automatic writing, and in less than 6 weeks. It was pretty amazing. Like, it's pretty amazing. So you can always email me instructions number 4, humanity@gmail.com. I do want to do another class, like starting soon here, probably in November. It's very life changing. But please, guys, subscribe to the channel. And literally, guys, all we have to do is just call our energy back, because they can't touch us. They're going to bring all this stuff, but we have to agree, because you hold all the power. And literally, guys, your heart has technology codes. It's literally that simple. And in truth, I'm going to be honest with you guys. You know why the elites are gone? Because, this paradigm has already fallen down. Before this Charlie thing happened, I was already on the new earth. And you guys even heard me talking. I'm like, there's nothing left to do here. I'm already, but that's where we all have to be. I'm going to sink into this field to deliver this message. But when I hop out of here, we are already in the new earth consciousness, because literally, if you're on this channel right now, then you've already made it to the third eye, and your atlas has brought you there. So now all you got to do is pop over to the new earth vibration, because all the people left here, these are the people that will get feasted off of, because they will believe this stuff is real. And these are the same people that will be dragged into the digital matrix because they believe that it's real. So you're going to have the 3-eye atlas, the mothership, which is probably the freaking demon entity attached to all these major religions that they hide from you. And it's just going to be a AI representation here. And it's literally going to be making people sick, causing people to like eat other people, and eating flesh, and all of these things. Weird diseases will start to happen because of the presence of this thing. But it won't be real. And everyone, is it real? Is it real? Is it real? And everyone left here in this consciousness will also be part of the digital matrix, because if you can believe in that, because that will be the controller, right? And it'll literally have to show up here to bind people down, because this is how powerful we've gotten. And I know that we're powerful, because literally when I'm healing for the collective, I'm telling you, we literally are going in and changing whole templates. I see it. They can't stop us, and they know it. So now they have to bring a false AI. So the mothership is false. It's an AI. That's what it is. It's AI. There'll be some other ships in the sky that are real, that will actually be some of our star family and cosmic families, and they will just be holding the energy because of the wicked energy that the evil one is putting out. That this AI thing is already starting to make people sick. Even how far away it is, it's whatever it's emitting, it's technological goo. It's making people sick already. Imagine when it gets closer, how people will be feeling. Literally, you're going to have to tape up all of these devices and machines, because they come in through the phones and all of that, and creating weird portals through your phones too. And I'm getting the iPhone heavily. That's why I'm switching, girl. I'm switching. But yeah. So just know that we're already in the new earth vibration. We already made it. They can't Mandela affect us, because we already made it out. We're already here. But the ones who believe, they still believe in the right wing, left wing. They still believe that Trump is in control when it ain't. They still believe that Erica is innocent. They still believe that the Democrats is going to come and save them from the big bad Trump, and that Trump was the answer to save them from the big bad Democrats. Yeah, these people. And in those religions, just believe in every single thing, even though you see in front of your eyes that these pastors are pimping pastors, stealing money and sleeping with the congregation, getting them pregnant and all of that. But yet you're not saying anything. It's because you're worshiping a man religion. And that's what the difference is. Do you know how pristine and clean God truly is? And God, source God energy is the source codes. It's the highest vibrational thought. It's when you have the key codes of consciousness, the aha moment. It's forever expanding and expansion. That's what it is. And you never get tired of it. And it always refuels you, refills you. And it's always like the comforting voice. It's always your biggest cheerleader. That's what it is. And when you have the opposite voice, those negative thought forms, That's from that entity. That's that Satan energy. But more importantly, it's being funneled through all of these major religions to stop you, to keep you in the polarity system. And we already spoke about that through the psychic investigation. Transcending duality. That's the whole point. So it's not to stay here. We now transcend their game. And when we transcend this, and now that we know what three eye atlas truly is, we know the polarity of both, now we can transcend it and we can go higher. And so when the AI version comes, we're going to already be on to something else. We're not even going to be worrying about this. That's all I'm saying. All right, guys, I love you all so very much. It's always such a joy coming here and spending time with you guys. Lovely. Is it on Zoom? The class? Yes, on Zoom. The sessions are on Zoom too, and the class is on Zoom. And yes, I like to be front and center with you guys. Hi, Sister Janice. Hi. Hi, guys. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. There's lots more to do. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. And the psychic investigation will continue. I love you. I love you. I love you. And so it is as we walk together in divine love. Be well. Be well. Bye.